Hi Taurus, welcome back and welcome to another reading. This will be your general reading for February 2024 for those of you who have a Taurus sun, moon, or rising. And if you don't have one of those placements and it's a title or the thumbnail that led you to click onto this video, as we always say, stick around, there may be something here for you. If you'd like to support the channel, you may do so by watching an ad when it comes up. It's greatly appreciated. I'll know you really fuck with me if you watch an ad because we all hate ads, so thank you. And the link to my PayPal is on the About page. So, let's get to it, shall we? It's incredible, isn't it? How rewarding giving something away can be. And I think that our nature tells us that having is where all of the pleasure lies, and having is where, happiness lies. But the richest people will tell you that even with all the money in the world, they can still feel like shit and they can still be unhappy. And I think that there is just something that is so liberating about paying it forward. There's something that is so rewarding and priceless in generosity. So, emphasis here on generosity of spirit, of paying it forward, of yes, you understand that giving something away doesn't take away from what you have intrinsically. It doesn't chip away at your value. It adds to you, in fact. You see, when you're secure, when you know who you are, and you know what your value is, and you know what your worth is, and you know your place. And I mean that in the best way. You can afford to allow someone else to shine, to allow someone else to have access, to allow someone else to come after you, to come behind you, without feeling as though you're any less, or that you're losing a part of yourself, or that you're losing something of value to you in the process. This is why it costs you nothing to be kind. It costs you nothing to help your neighbor. And even though at times it may seem as though they're in opposition to you, or maybe they're challenging your mindset or challenging your method, but what you have is tried and true. What you have is something that is tested. And what you also have here is an opportunity to watch what your mind is doing about what comes next. You're not seeing eye to eye with them for whatever reason, with someone here. And it's almost like you think that they're not seeing things clearly, or that there are some things that they need to work out internally, and it's really preventing them from seeing or understanding what you're coming with, or what you're bringing, or what you want to do, what you want to make happen. And it might seem like not doing anything is the right answer, because that's really easy. It's so easy for us to just act like there isn't a fucking problem, and it leads to so much pain and creates so many other issues, because ignoring the issue doesn't fix it. It doesn't work. It never works. And you find yourself doing that. Maybe not even because you want to, but because of a sense of powerlessness over it, or just really not knowing what to do. Yeah, it's confusing. And you want to do the right thing, so I commend you for that. Just do something. At this point, we don't care what you do, just take a step, even if it's really small, towards doing the right thing, because this whole, it needs to move. Okay? We're gonna talk about these again. Hi. So we're back to do the second part of your reading, and it's been a few days since I've done the first part, and I haven't moved these cards. I just have been thinking about them, and I think I'm ready to talk about them, and I hope you find this helpful and that you've been liking this format. So we'll take it section by section, and we'll start in the top left with the Four of Swords, the Empress. And I want to talk about those two first. I think that rest is something that you cherish. Peace is something that you cherish, and it's something that you hold dear. It's the kind of thing that you will do anything to maintain. I don't think that you intentionally go looking for trouble. I don't think that you intentionally try to disturb this peace. You hold it dear, and you're willing to defend it. Now, I want to talk about what that peace looks like for some of you, because we all have our own version of it, and we all have our own version of the story as well. I think that's for one or two of you. And when your version differs from someone else's, there is this urge to try to compel them to, well, I don't even think it's so much that you try to compel them. I think that they try to compel you, where you just want to be respected and left alone, and you don't want to be changed. Again, this goes back to not disturbing the peace. So they're pulling at you, and you're going more and more inward. Because you don't want to upset something you hear that you think is balanced. So that's what I mean when I say peace. Now, water break. I feel like a whole other thing to talk about is that thing that we so desperately are clinging to and don't want to be pulled out of and drawn away from? Is it something that is even worth defending or even worth holding on as tightly as you are? Because I'm now beginning to think about, the times in which our peace means someone else's peril. And the times in which, our peace comes at a price and it costs someone something, and that's a kind of situation where, you should want to disrupt things. You should want things to not continue to go how they're going, because it's not right. That's not for everybody, but it happens. I think that you're backing off. You're easing up off the gas. Something you have been working viciously, earnestly toward achieving, toward attaining. Maybe you now feel like you can step back, or that you should step back, or that you should take a step back. You know how sometimes you just don't want to insert yourself or step out of this image and life we've created for ourselves, we've curated for ourselves and for the ones we care about. But to live in love and to love with intention means challenging ourselves in new ways. 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the King of Wands. Whoever this fire sign, I don't know why I say it like that. That energy just came. Damn, it's like that. Whoever this fire sign is, if this is a person, I think that you've been chasing them. You've been chasing this heat, or this heat is chasing you. It's catching up to you. It's on you can feel it on your back. You can feel it on your calves. But at the same time, it's not near you. What you're chasing, what you're going after is a memory of some kind. It's some idea you have about someone, and it's like someone has chosen parts of the past to give more attention to, and they've forgotten the impact of others. And you're also realizing the impact of others. Maybe feeling, well, I don't think it's so much about feeling, I think it's about understanding. And once you get into that space, there's so much more that you can do. even if you never come to terms with another party. You come to terms within yourself, and you then begin to face yourself and your decisions. And what we're talking about now are, it sounds so cliche, but the consequences of those decisions. It's very much about outcomes. And I see your energy predominantly here and someone in opposition to you, but it's still all very much about you. And this goes back to what we were talking about, about someone wanting to compel us, someone wanting to pull us. You can't pull a bull anywhere. They'll fuck you up. And anyone who has known this type of energy, you know what it feels like when you try. So you know who you are, you know how you are. And this is kind of starting to sound like I'm reading you, but you need to understand how you are to deal with. And there's also something here about understanding how your inklings, your likes, your tastes, stuff like that, the things you fancy, how they impact your decision-making process. And then it becomes all very much about you. So if I'm talking to you, then you'll know I'm talking to you. Two of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, this can go any different way, so we have to talk about it holistically. We have to talk about it from, the stance of someone who is going within and, like we said, facing themselves and really doing that. And then we also have to talk about the other side of things, the more resistant. The people on their path who maybe need a bit more time, but that's the thing, there's already been so much. There's already been so much of it. And you can't keep asking for time. You think that you can handle it and that you can handle it better. This then becomes about pride and competition. So it's all a very slippery slope, and how you choose to handle this is so critical and so key, and it's all about where your mind is about it all and how you feel about the topic of accountability. Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups, Temperance, and the Emperor. Nothing is, no stone is left unturned. Someone is being very stern. And it's a force. I want two down here. Oh, damn. I'm just gonna pull, actually. I'm not gonna shuffle them. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. No stone is going to be left unturned. It's all gonna be seen. that shit you forgot to clean up, it ends up being a fire that becomes very difficult to put out. And for those of you who have been working on this, and for those of you who are ready and who are not too good and are not too proud and are willing, I think you just might be able to make it better, to make it work. You can do anything. So I see two paths, and it's all about the one you take and the one you don't take. I hope you found this helpful. I wish you the best of luck with this energy. You're not a freak for the things that you handle and the things you carry on a daily basis, you know, but understand that we've all carried something. We've all carried something, and everybody deserves grace, and everyone is, I think that there are some people that you can learn to forgive. It'll take practice. I haven't met you, and I love you. And if I don't see you in the next one, then that just means that this one did all that it was meant to do, and I've made peace with that. And if I see you in another one, you know, you shouldn't feel ashamed about that. Till next time.